And here we go. So, welcome to another episode of the C# Hour here on DataStax Academy. Last session, and yes, I'm just diving right in. Last session, we got into schema migration a bit more, and I noted that we ought to have a modern, up-to-date C# schema migration tool written in C#. So why not? We're moving forward with that today on Thursday, what is today? Thursday, the 2nd of May. Whew, this year's flying. And basically that's what we're going to be working on today. So I hope you are ready for some C# code and getting into that. All right, in short order here. I'm going to first kind of cover where we had gotten to, and let's get GitHub open here. I know one of these I had GitHub open in previously, so it'll be logged in. Oh, criminy. That's what I wanted to show everybody. Here, let's go down to a quick, you're gonna get a screen steal where I do some security stuff real quick. All right, there we go. And yes, I will bounce to the big screen real quick in a minute. I just want to cover what we did previously first. So basically I used JetBrains Writer to get this project started. Go ahead and open it up and we'll step through that. All right, so we have a solution file. We broke it out to console, core lib tests. So I have a test library project, a core library project, and then the actual console application itself. So pretty good separation of concerns there between the different projects. And let's see, as soon as I get GitHub running here again, just a second. There we go. So now let's see, what did we call it? I think we called it Cassie Schema Migrator. Yeah, that's it. All right, now that is, yeah, there we go. So I started it here just for build and working purposes. Eventually we'll migrate this over to the DataStax organization or repo, but for now, I'm gonna be working with it from here. The environmental tasks I have, let's here, set up a build for our application. We need to do that still. We need to determine the outputs so that we can build the C#.NET codes to the various operating systems. We need to set up some documentation, which will mostly be this README file. Schema migration doesn't require a lot of peripheral documentation. And then we'll get a local Docker container for Apache Cassandra to work from. So let's hear. I don't think we had these listed out in issues. So let's actually take a look. Issues, and then let's do this. Let's create a project. Yeah. Schema. Cassandra schema migration MVP. So this project is set up to get from nothing to minimum viable project or program or minimal viable product. There we go. And do we want a thing here? Automated Kanban with reviews, bug triage, column studio. Yeah, we'll do that. Create the project. All right, so welcome to, I don't need all this stuff. Thanks, so. Let's archive that. Let's archive this. Or delete it, actually. Delete. Delete, delete, delete. Thank you. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is actually... We'll get these done and actually get them posted out on Twitch and some other places as we do them. But let's hear for to-dos. Let's get this over here like this, and we'll get ourselves organized here. All right, we need to, let's here, set up a build for the application. Then we need to determine outputs for Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. Set up documentation for the application. Actually, we'll just use the wiki or the main site page. Maybe that instead of the wiki. I don't know. Then if we do that, we'll at least have it all in the project instead of the wiki, the GitHub pages or whatever. We use Markdown and stuff like that for it. So that might be a good route to go, especially since the documentation will be pretty minimal, since it's a pretty basic. I don't know if I want to call it a basic, but it's pretty minimal step process to do schema migrations. All right, so then local Docker container for Apache Cassandra to work from. And then, all right, we will intend to build out some multi-interface options for this application once the CLI is built out and operative. Okay, and I'm going to copy the rest of these, speed this process up. There we go. Just 3 more. 2 more. All right, that gets us to the point where we have these. Let's see here. Probably need to take this out of the README now. Let's actually do that, clean up our README. Okay, bounce this out. All right. What do we... I don't want to do that. I want to look in here. App will take CQL files based on date, time, and growth. App will execute the CQL files. Actually, the first thing we'll probably want to do is have it actually read in the files in the directory that the executable is executing from. I think would be the safe bet. So let's turn this into, we'll move this here. All right. Yeah. And then let's move back out here. I don't know if I should have it make an issue or not. Yeah, what the heck. Let's actually go ahead and do that. So this one will be convert. If I convert it to an issue, will it keep it in the swim lane though? Just gonna leave it there. Doesn't need to be an issue. This will be our active work. Issue can be specifically feature requests and whatever. So then since I was just saying let's get rid of the wiki, and let's use, oh, we did that last time too, so we'll get rid of the wiki here, collaborators, oops. There it is. No wiki. Don't worry about that, because no wiki. We will have issues and we'll have projects. I want vulnerability reports, and then I want this. So let's say, that's your branch. We'll go with, let's actually just go with this minimal one. We'll select theme. And then hopefully, I think it should just take our readme.md file. And that should give us our site. Oh, well, it'll be up there in a few minutes. Something like that, yeah. Okay. And then, all right, we're all set up there. Oops, didn't want to go back that far. I just want to go back to here and go to projects. All right, maybe I should change this to an issue, because that's all I get for the note. Let's just work on it from there. So, all right, we want it to read in files and process the files accordingly. I guess the question is, should I add more detail to that? We want it to follow the basic process of other schema migrators. Let's open this back up. So that would mean that it needs to have a date in the file name, and then have up somewhere in that file name too. So let's actually start with a test. Oh yeah, here, bin object class 1. This is TPS reports, TPS file, revert. Yeah, I don't care. And not worry about the R interpreter right now. I basically want to create a class now that I can use to parse stuff. So I think, let's see here. Let's rename this to migration files, file migrator. Not really sure what we could call it. So it's going to need to be able to take in a list. Let's do this: public void read files from path. Public void read file from path. Does this still work? Oh, it does. Cool. Read file from path. This method will read all of the files in a particular path and then select the files to be executed. Oh wait, no, let's do this. Files from a path. And then we're going to have select files for select files for migration. This method will will select the files from the files list to process. Void. And then what? Let's see here. Select files for migration. And then Oh, I know what I should actually be doing this a different way. Let's actually bounce over here into test. Let's go this route instead. We'll rename this. Well, we won't give that a name yet, but let's say public void test. All that stuff I just did. It's gonna have read files from path. Fact. That's your public void. Read files from path. Verify path. Or determine configuration path. Oh, actually, yeah, verify path. Read path. Read path from config. If not available, default to path of current execution call. And here is read files from path. Now these tests, I'm going to rename these tests to meet whatever the convention is for XUnit. Actually, let's look at that. How do you write XUnit test? Writing XUnit test. Writing XUnit test in .NET Core Studio. Getting started, XUnit. That's what I want. Oh, does it say? Yeah, here we go. C#. Oh, Roy Osharov. I hadn't seen anything from him in ages. Fake mock stub. Oops, excuse me. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Got that down. We'll be following a number of those. But I want to see, yeah, so we have that stuff going on. Does it not state anything about, oh, is prime. Oh, is that how we're gonna, is that how we should do that? Okay, it's test method that is run by the test runner from the blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is just setting it up. Then we have a fact where we run it based off of this object that's returned here. Where prime service is a private read-only prime service variable inside its class. It's public. Since it's in there, it can get it. Okay. All right, there we go. Check our site again real quick. Still not built. Okay. Latest builds. Let's make sure we follow all these people. These are really good people to follow if you're going to use XUnit. Just FYI. Oh yeah, I don't follow Warren these days. What's up with that? Well, follow him now. And then good old Brad Wilson here, one of the core devs there on that team. James Newkirk. Oh yeah, let's follow him. There we go. All right, and then follow XUnit too. All right, we got all the key people followed. Oh, Nathan Young. I know Nathan too. We're some bikey crews, so you know we ride bikes around together. All right, what else do we got here? Configuring XUnit with JSON, XML. We'll look back at some of this later. just get what we can get running here, so we can start moving forward. Okay, and this is going to be read files from read, files from path, verified path, fact, and public void, files should exist. Oh, files. List of files or no files should exist. Yeah, I'll straighten out my naming later. So don't stress if you're watching me right now. All right, verifying path. Do this verify path. Selected path. List of files I know files should exist. Yeah, and then select files to execute schema migrations. Alright, so files should be selected by date at start of file, followed by either an up or down in the file name. All files should be of CQL type extension. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Yeah, so in here, those three should get me started. Do I even want to create an object for this part that is anything but static? Seems like a static object that just has functions on it would be fine. Maybe if I instantiate it with an appropriate path, then I could have it error out if the path isn't good. That might be kind of explosive and unnecessary, though. Well, let's start with happy path. We need to figure out what the heck we're starting with here. We need to start with let's see here. Well, the path needs to exist. Verify selected path. I'll say available, and we'll call it file selection. Let's go with file selection equals file selector selections. I feel like I should instantiate it. Let's do new file selection like this. Path here. And this is going to be, let's do configuration path. Is there a library in .NET Core that actually parses an appropriate path and fixes it for Linux versus whatever? That's my question. Anyway, I'm going to go with Linux first, and then we're going to figure it out later. So yeah, I'm going to do / this does not exist. This is going to be the configuration path. There we go. So migrate, da 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 da. I want some examples here of this. No examples here? We'll find some. There you go, documentation. Maybe, oh. Maybe this one. Do. Assert dot something. Okay, let's do just assert dot, yeah. Assert dot equal file selection. So do we need to do file selection dot path exists. Path available. Actually go with, let's call it operative path, or operating path, operations path. And that should be false. No, actually it should return. Oh, it should default. It should default to something. We'll just put the path. That will very clearly not work because we don't even have the object yet. So let's do Alt Enter. Create type. Say generate code. So do. Yeah, let's do constructor. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to do. Oh, let's do this. We'll do public class file selection. And you're going to see the crazy way that I write some of this stuff. We'll do string path, file path, like so. Oh, that's That's not how you write a class. There we go. Okay, file selection. Let's follow this casing, the way .NET does its casing. File selection. There we go. Whoa, come back here. All right, there we go. Now we're going to do public void file selection. And then string path for schema. Oh, for query files schema. Yeah, for schema. And public void file selection. Oh, nothing. And for now, we'll say, let's see here, var. Looks like this is just, oh, that's fine. Var configuration path. This path. Oh yeah, okay, so let's do string. Alright, and then yeah, so this needs to then check for configuration value. And then no configuration value, choose default of path where executing. Yeah, directory exists. That's what I want to look at. Does this path exist? That's the real question. Oh, there's our docs. The docs came up finally. All right, so that is a thumbs up. .NET directory exists. So that's what I'm looking up, and then is Microsoft Docs down? Oh, there it goes. Takes forever. String path. Okay, so string.io file directory. Okay. Directory.exists path. Schema. All right. Okay, and then so let's go down here. What's this? Yeah, create method, create. Yeah, let's make it a method. What the heck? There we go. Whoa, that's not really what I wanted. Okay, we'll make it a string. That's the piece we want to implement for that first test. So check. Here's this. So if this exists, oh yeah, the configuration path, private string, operation path equals this. Oops, operation path equals path schema. Should I create a directory? Oh, object. Yeah, I might should do that, but I'm just going to go with the path for now. So, all right. Something else. File selection. So it'll cascade down to the other constructor if this one doesn't get it. Member names. Oh, how do you do this stupid public? Just this. There we go. It's not a method, it's a constructor. What do I need to do? New this. Oh no, I need to do. So I need to do what file selection is going to do, which the operations path. All right, thinking. Yeah, so if else, anyway, do file selection, or basically do what is in file selection, except I don't have file selection selected yet. All right. So for file selection though, check for configuration value. Okay. So we'll do that in a minute. First, we'll do this. No configuration value. Choose default path where executing. All right. How do you get the .NET select executing path? Get current directory. That's it. Directory. That's directory dot get current directory. What does that return? So, oh, we should have a, yeah, let's do this. Private directory info, because I'm actually, what do we get back? We get back a what? Result. So it does return, it returns a string. Okay, so let's get a, yeah, okay, so private, operations path, is assigned to that, return, operation, burp, all that stuff. Operations path. Here we go. Okay. So enough to get that going. Let's get this in there to do. Wait, oh, let's, yeah. That is redundant. Let's remove redundant else. Oh, because, well, I don't have that code in there, so it's going to think that. Okay. Just, you chill for a second, JetBrains Writer, and we are going to get this moving here. All right. Yeah. Okay, we got, can I just run this one test? Let's see what JetBrains Writer will let us do. Run unit test. And Nyan Cat begins the run of execution. Vroom. Oh, nothing run. Well, let's get rid of these. We're just going to do one test at a time because, yeah. Oh, but it started running. Stupid thing. Okay, that is correct because what we're actually expecting back is this. Oops. Current path. This. And let's. Oh, we want directory. Actually, do this for a cleaner test. We don't really need the variable there. And then. All right. Running test again. We fail. We failed. No, we're pending. Oh. Huh? Let's debug for a second here. Debug. Oh, that's not gonna do the. Whoops. Okay, that does not exist. And we have file selection, which is, oh, configuration path. Oh, that's right, because we're not doing this. Okay, so that would be correct. We need to do this, though, which is, so let's do this. Private files selector string path string. Oh no, file path selector path. Oh yeah, we don't need anything because we want to do this. Is what we're going to do right here. This, and then that way, yeah, we can get this to do path selector. Else do path selector. There we go. Oops. Perfect. Okay. Oh, let's just. Oh, actually, yeah, we want to do this, not return. So this will be void still want to do that. Nah. Okay, so now that one runs where that one runs. Let's see how this goes now. We need to stop our test, debug. Let's continue to run, stop it, and then debug it again. All right. No. Yes, no. Debugger. Well, run it this way. Syntax. Oh. Where is my syntax error? Oh, right here. Boom. There we go. So like oh, there we go. Pending. Assert.equal. Oh, that doesn't seem super useful. So this path is passed in. Okay. Right, because it moved down to path selector, right? So we should be getting that. Clearly I hadn't written C# in a long time. Oh, but not executing from there. Current directory. The other question is, can I even get the current directory when I'm running a test? All right, so we got our first test here. It's not passing just yet. But we are at the end of our, well, 50 minutes. I got to cut it a little short today because I have to step out for a quick meeting for 10 minutes. I will be continuing on this, however, this evening. So I hope you join me on my channel at 3:33 p.m. In the meantime, stay tuned for the next session. We're going to make some good progress on this and get this schema migrator at least reading in the files and processing and sorting and selecting the right files to process for the schema migration. So, catch you next time, everybody. Cheers.